This is Johnston, and Packet Tracer 6.2.4.4 is configuring IPv6 static and default routes. So here's our diagram right here, and we will go ahead and configure each one of these ports. And you guys see how many networks we have total, which we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically we need to use the basic IPv6 routes command. That's how we configure static routes. And you pretty much need to enable the unicast routing for each one of the routers. So we'll start with that first. So start with router 1. So in here we're going to type in IPv6 unicast routing. And we'll do the same thing with R2. There we go. And we'll do it for R3 now. There we go. So now IPv6 is enabled in each one of these routers, so we can start configuring them for them. So now our next step, we're going to go ahead. Alright, then we're going to go back to our router 1. Alright, so you go click on router 1 here. And we're going to type in these IP routes. So basically, and this one's a recursive static route. If you look at the diagram here, actually you should see right here 2001 DB812/64, and then our other one should be the AO1 right here. And I believe if we actually look up if we look at the routing table here, it's right here. So we're going to connect to that serial interface for router 2. So basically we're going from here to router 2 to serial interface right there is the next hop up basically for this one. So let's go ahead and reopen up the R1. And so we're going to type in IPv6 route. And it's going to be 2001 : D like David, B like Barry, 8 : 1 : 2 : /64 2001 : DB8 : 1 : A001 : 2. Here we go. And you can just press the up arrow key, and then we can change these as we need to, because the 2001 DB8 is going to be pretty much consistent throughout. So put A002 in here for the next one, and then we're going to keep the same address for the second route there, because that's basically to that serial port there. So there we go. And if you look at our diagram here, so we can see A002 right over here. And then here's our 3 right here. So we're connecting to each one of these areas. Alright, so let's go ahead and go into R2 and set up its IPv6 route. which we have to type the whole thing out this time again. So it'd be the :1:1:1:/64. And then this one's going to be a directly attached static route. So directly attached means like physically attached, so it's a serial port. And so we're going to write SE0/0/0. And then if you wanted to do a recursive route in here, which it's asking for right here, so we're going to do Ipv6 route 2001 db8:1:3:/64, and this one's going to be SE0/0/0/01. And this is basically direct attached and recursive static routes. So we're going to add, for the recursive side right here, 2001 db8:1:A002:2. There we go. Now let's go ahead and go to R3 here and type in Ipv6 route :/0. That's your default route in Ipv6. So instead of doing the 000, you're going to do the :/0. So that's going to be right here. :/0 route. Oh, sorry, we got to put route first. So :/0, and then 2001 db8:1:A002:1. There we go for that one. And if we want to check everything with the basically with the command prompt, we can definitely do that. So it'd be Ipv6 Config. So we'll go ahead and do that right now. And then basically for Ipv6, we do IP config, and then here you'll see Ipv6 address right there, and that will be will show you that you're actually connected. So our next command is going to be the show Ipv6 interface brief. Shows everything is up and up. And then show Ipv6 route. So there you are, right there. And it should be everything that you need in this activity. You see right here, completed 60 out of 60. There's everything right there, configured correctly.